Hey guys, today in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a responsive and adaptive layout in Flutter. So as you can see, this is a responsive mode. So first of all, we'll see how we can differentiate between tablet, desktop and mobile. Okay, then we are going to see how we can uh, create different layouts like this. For example, when we are in mobile mode, it should show us everything in column, right? When we are in tablet mode, it should show everything in grid, right? And when we have a lot of width, it will show us in uh, like everything in the row. Okay, also we'll see like how you can to space the save, how you can add a side drawer to only tablet and the mobile. Okay, and when you are in the desktop mode, it will be directly shown on your left as a side screen, as a permanent screen. And when you are on your tablet or mobile, it will be a floating type of screen. Okay, so uh, let's start and let us dive into the code. Okay, so before starting, uh, let me just close this and start with a new project. Okay, so I'm going to start with okay. So we have created this project, right? That is known as responsive demo. Okay, I'm going to delete all of this. For now, I'll delete this as well. Okay, trying to create a screen one. Add scaffold and call that from the home screen. Okay, remove all of this. Okay, so now we will create a responsive widget. Okay, so I'll name it as responsive widget. Okay, now first of all, let me tell you how you can uh, differentiate the screen size. So basically what happens is let me just open it. Yeah, so what happens is when our width is above 1024 pixels, we consider it as a desktop, because in a desktop we have a large width. Okay, width is greater than the height. Okay, in tablet the we say like if width is between 768 or 1023 pixels. Okay, is between that means it's smaller than 1024 and greater than 768, we'll consider that as a tablet. Okay, and if the width is less than 767 pixels, we consider it as a mobile. Okay, so accordingly what we'll do is we'll design the screens accordingly. Okay, so if our width is smaller than 767, so we will create the layout as a phone. Okay, it should work in a phone properly. If our width lies between 768 and 1023, between 1024, so we'll consider that a tablet layout. And when our width is greater than 1024, we'll consider that as a desktop mode. Okay, so this is the main concept of making the app responsive. We will be using media query. Okay, and the layout builder, we can use any of them. Okay, so to get the width and show the widget responsively. Okay, so let me create a stateless widget. I will name it as responsive. Okay, now in responsive I'm going to create 3 constructors as a widget. One will be mobile, one will be tablet, okay, and one will be desktop. Okay, we forgot to import material. There will just wait a second. Stateless responsive. Okay, final widget mobile. I'll name it as second one will be tablet, third one will be desktop. Okay, I'll add those as named constructors, name parameter, sorry. Then what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a layout builder over here. Okay, first of all remove constant, use a layout builder. Okay, inside the builder we get 2 things. One is the context, second one is the constraints. Okay, then we have to return the body accordingly. If I hover over the builder, build context and box constraints. Okay, so we can add a check over here if constraints dot max width. So we will like put the checks around width only. Okay, if our width if we refer to that widget, if its width is greater than 1024, then we will return desktop. Okay, else if our constraint max width dot max width is smaller than 1024 and greater than let's say 700 pixels. Okay, then it will be a tablet. Okay, else we will consider it as a mobile. Okay, simple. So if our width is between 1024 and 700, it will be returned as a tablet. Okay, if our width is smaller than 700, it will be considered as mobile. Let me refer to that. It was 767. Okay, let us take 767 only. Okay, 767. You can change the numbers according to your design, so no issues in that. Simply you can change the numbers as your app wants. Okay, so now also what we'll do over here is we will create some functions. Okay, so over here I'll create some static functions which I would be able to call from the other class. For example, is mobile. Okay, over here I'll pass the build context. Okay, if our media query dot of dot size and dot width is smaller than 767, then return row, or let us just use the short form return. That's it. Okay, and we'll do same thing for is tablet. Okay, smaller than, width is greater than 767, and it should be smaller than 1024. Okay, and same for the desktop is desktop greater than 1024. Remove this, and we are good to go. Okay, let us take greater than. Okay, so this is a basic responsive widget. We can use this function anywhere we want. If we want to check like which uh, device are we on, or width, at which width we are on. Okay, or you can say on which layout we are on. Okay, so on the scaffold I'll call a body. Okay, I'll call a responsive widget. Okay, I'll add a mobile. In mobile I will add a expanded container. Okay, now let us do blue. I'll just simply copy all of these. Okay, so now let us run and see what happens. Okay, we'll run on the Chrome. So now what it should do, in the mobile layout it should show us blue color, in tablet it should show us red color, and in desktop it should show us green color. Okay, let us see. So I think we are on the desktop mode, so that's why it's showing green. As I come on the tablet mode, it is showing us red, and when we are on the mobile mode, it is showing us blue. So to check perfectly, we can go to the developer tools over here. Okay, go to the responsive dimensions, and you can see at this top it is showing us the width. Okay, so in this, when we are on 760, it is showing us mobile. Greater than that, it is showing us as a tablet, and greater than 1024, it will show us as a desktop. Okay, let me check. Red, green and blue. Okay, so I think we have a issue over here. On 1024, it is showing blue because blue was in the else, mobile part was in the else. So I think we have a issue over here. Okay, so greater than and smaller than, so it should be greater than equal to. Okay, and it should be smaller than and smaller than equal to. That's it. So I think we are good to go over here. Smaller than equal to, that's it. Smaller than, yes. Okay, so I think it should work now. That issue should be resolved. So now see, it is showing us green, red, blue. In 767 we have blue, and that's it. So now it is working. Okay, so this is how you can differentiate between mobile, tablet and the desktop mode. Okay, so now let us first of all let us also add child text mobile. Okay, tablet. And desktop. Okay, I'll just simply copy the text style to save time. Okay, so now if I refresh it, it should show desktop, tablet, mobile. One more thing, let us wrap it in center. Center. Okay, so you know, this is the mobile, tablet, desktop. Mobile is a bit short. Let me check what is happening. Okay, oh sorry, I wrapped it in column. Center. Okay, so we have mobile, tablet and desktop. Okay, so now let us go to a second screen, which is where we can add the sidebars and make the layout differently. Okay, so for that I'll simply create a new stateless widget. I'll name it as screen2. Stateless screen2. Remove the constant, make it a scaffold. Okay, so now in scaffold in body, what I'll add is again responsive. Okay, so we have responsive array. In mobile, what I want to show is I want to show it as a column. Okay, so we'll add a column, and over here we'll have children's. Okay, similarly in tablet I want to show it as a grid. Okay, I can also use, instead of column I can use list view, but for now I will be using column. I don't need scrolling for now. Okay, for tablet I'll use a grid view. Okay, I'll add a sliver grid view with fixed axis count, which will be 2 for now, and it will also have children similarly like the column. And in desktop I want a row, okay, which will also have children, right? So I will also wrap expanded widget responsive in the expanded, or we don't need it, we can also skip that as well. Okay, so now I want the list of children's. So what I can do is I can add one by one here, like for example container 1, container 1, okay, container 2, container 3, and similarly over here. But I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to create it only in a single file, right? So I can access the same, like all the widgets from one like one list only, right? So what I'll do is over here I'll create get list of widgets. I'll create a function. Okay, I'll pass a build context to it. Okay, it would be returning me list of widget. Okay, so Now also let us take some list of colors, for example. Okay, colors. So now let us take colors dot red, colors dot green, colors dot blue. Okay, now I'll also create list of widgets which we are going to return. List of widgets. Okay, I'm going to return that list of widgets. Okay, so now over here I will be creating a for loop where val index, or let us just simply use this index I less than colors dot length I plus plus. Okay, now over here we'll add list of widgets dot add. We'll add our widgets over here. Okay, so those widget will the loop will iterate till the length of this color list. Okay, then we will add some widget. Let us say container. Okay, it will have a child which is having a text. Okay, and it will be I plus 1 section. Okay, so on the first container it will show me one section, on the second it will show me two section, like that, second section, that sort of stuff. Okay, so now if I simply I also give it a color that will be colors dot I. Okay, simply now I'll copy this, I'll replace it over here, I'll pass the context. Okay, similarly here and similarly here. So we won't have to create this widgets for each of the class, like we created on only in one single function, and we can use it in all of our three widgets, or the widgets parameters. Okay, with just the different layout. The internal stuff is the same, but just the layout is different. Okay, so let me call screen 2 from the main. Okay, and let us run the app, and now let's see what happens. Okay, so over here we had a list of 3 colors, so it is showing me 3. We are in the mobile mode, so it is showing me in the column. Okay, when we are on the tablet mode, it is showing me in a grid view. This is equal because in a grid view by default aspect ratio is 1:1. That is why it is taking the whole space. Okay, and in the you can say desktop mode, it is showing me in a column. Okay, so now let us make it expanded. Okay, I'll expand each and every widget, and now see what happens. Okay, so our widget is expanded. See, when we expand in column, it will expand vertically. Okay, when we expand in row, it expand horizontally. Okay, but now let me expand this as well, so that it should take us the whole space. Okay, now what I'll do is simply, first of all, I'll make the text in the center. Okay, so now it has expanded vertically as well. So when we are in a mobile mode, it will show one below the other. Okay, because in mobile we have a lot of length, or we can make the vertical part as scrollable. Okay, in tablet we have enough width and enough height. Okay, so we can show them side by side and in column like a grid view. Okay, and in a desktop we have a more width, so we can show the widget side by side. Okay, uh, like it is not like you have to do it only this way. You can create any type of layout you want. Okay, I'm just giving you the reference. Okay, when I make it smaller it will be in that. Okay, let me give a bit decoration to the text. I'll simply copy it from there. Okay, so okay, so section 1 2 3, right? So it is working perfectly. Now what I want is I want to add a sidebar. Okay, now sidebar in desktop we can accommodate it here. Okay, now before that one more thing. If you want, like for example, you want the section to be like a big more, like section 2. So what you can do is in expanded you have a flex. Okay, so you can write I equals to 2 because the section is 2 or 1, sorry, because we are going with the index number. Section 1 equals to then 2, else we will use 1. Okay, so with that check, if you will see, the section 2 is much bigger than section 1 and section 3, and we are using expanded, so it will also reflect on the mobile layout, and also on the web layout. It will not affect on the tablet layout, because in tablet basically uh, you can say uh, we have a fixed ratio, right? Because if I'll show you in the grid view and silver view delegate, we have a child aspect ratio which is equal to 1. Okay, so we have to give the aspect ratio and the cross axis count. If we make it 3, it will also show us in the row. Okay, so what we need to over there, mostly what happens is mobile designs work really good on desktop, on sorry, tablet. So you don't need that much to do on tablet. You can just simply copy paste the mobile and just do a little bit of tweaking over there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the app bar. Okay, app bar. Now what I want is in app bar I want an icon, but in only the tablet and mobile. Okay, so what I'll do is leading. Okay, I'll add responsive. Responsive dot is desktop. If it is desktop, I will return null, else I will return a icon button. Okay, I'll add icon. Icons dot list. Okay, so let us see, that icon should be visible. So this is how the functions we create would be helpful. Okay, so see, it is visible on the tablet, it should be visible on the mobile, but it should not be visible on the desktop. See, it has gone. Okay, so that is the thing. Then what I want is, now I want to create a side drawer. Okay, and that side drawer will be persistent in desktop and hideable in mobile and tablet. Okay, so over here I'll create a stateless widget. I'll name it as side drawer. I'll make it as a container. Remove construct. I'll give the width as media query dot of dot size dot width divided by 2.5. Okay. I'll give color dot white. Okay, I'll make it as white. Now what I'll do is I'll simply, or let us add some child to it, column children. Okay, let me add some text. I'll copy the text from here. Okay, paste it. I'll name it as text1. text2, text3, and so on. Let us make it till 5. 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so it was white, so let us make a black, because it won't be visible because the background was white. Okay, so now we have created the side drawer. Now I have to call it from the scaffold. So in scaffold, what we have is a drawer. Okay, but I want to show the drawer only in mobile and tablet. So here also I will use responsive dot is desktop, right? I will return null, and for all the rest of the part which is mobile and tablet, I will return side drawer. Okay, so now if I run the app, it is not showing. If I come over here and I'll drag a bit, so it should come. Maybe it's web, so it is not coming, but in mobile on swipe it comes. Okay, so for here we will create, to make it happen on click, the drawer should open on click. What we'll use a key, name it scaffold key. We'll create it over here, global key scaffold state. Simply copy this, equals to global key, then add scaffold state. Okay, simply now on click method, I will just simply use scaffold key dot current state dot open drawer. Okay, we can also add a button over here, for example floating action button on press. Okay, and a constant. And if we make this over here and use the scaffold on this press, we can scaffold key dot current state dot close drawer. Okay, so it will close the drawer. So now let us refresh and see. Now we can open the drawer. If we'll press anywhere else, it will close, or if we press on this button, it will also close. Okay, so that is not visible over here. We cannot open the drawer, sorry. right? But it is available on mobile and on the tablet. Okay, and using this button we can close it, right? So we can create anything for like number of list or the number of navigations we want to navigate from one page to another. We can have the navigations over here, and we can on click of that we can do respectively what we want. For example, on click of text 1 we can go to, for example, screen 1. From text 2 we can go to screen 3 and all that of stuff, right? But in desktop we have a lot of space over here, so we can squeeze all of the section 1 2 3 and give it a persistent side drawer. Okay, so to do that, simply what I'm going to do is, uh, in the desktop mode we have a row, right? So I'll wrap again it in a row, right? Expand the current row and add a side drawer to it, side drawer. Okay, so while adding, now it should show us in okay, see, so it is showing us over here, but as you can see it is taking a lot of space. We don't need that, right? Because we use like the width should be 2.5 times of the width, like the drawer width 2.5, but in desktop width is too large. Okay, so what we can do is over here is we can add responsive dot is desktop. Again, is if it is desktop, we'll divide it by 4. Okay, 4. Else, or we can add a check. In mobile it was too short. Okay, we can add is mobile, then it will give us, it will divide only by 2. If it's desktop it will divide by 2.5. okay, so now let's check, right? So as you can see it has become shorter, right? In tablet it is taking this much of space. In mobile it was a bit shorter. Now it is taking like the half width of the current size. Okay, so but we also have a issue, like we don't need this button now because we are in a tablet, in a desktop mode. So we don't need this button. This button was to actually close the side drawer, but in this design in the desktop we don't want to close. The drawer is persistent, so we don't need this button. So just to remove that, what I'll do is I'll simply wrap a widget which I'll call visibility, and in that visible simply responsive dot is desktop. So if it is desktop, it is visible now. So I'll just add a not check and use it. So now that is not visible over here, but when I come to tablet it is visible, and when I come to mobile it is also visible. So this is how you can create multiple like adaptive and responsive designs in Flutter. I hope you like this video, and yeah, so thank you.